For future reference, where does L hang out? Where does she, regarding the system, where does she hang out? She hangs out in primary ABC. How do we rest with primary ABC? Is when A and B no longer play because they are in C. Because they are in C, it becomes 4 rows of 3 groups. 4 by 3 is 12. She exists. 4 by rows of 12 of 3, she exists. 4 rows of 3, L, she exists. 3, 6, 9, and 3. 3, 6, 9, and 3. 3 and 9, 3 and 9, 3 and 9 becomes the I. You see the dollar sign in between here? The dollar sign? 25, 6, 25, 2, 5, and 8. 8, 8, and 8. 8, 8, and 8 is in the center of all of it. Take away the first row, take away the last row. Let's remove the middle 2. This is number 1. Number 2, if we were referring to pool, right? If we were referring to pool, A is 1, becomes 61, becomes 7, becomes G. G7, B becomes 62, becomes 8. See the way I reverted A around from 1 to 61, B around from 02 to 62, C around to 63. Only 16, the letter P and Z come into the game. This is the letter Z, this is the letter P. P and Z. 16 and 26, 42. 7, 8, and 9. So in pool, you have 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, and 9. Now, 6, 7, 6, 8, 6, 9. We're going to have to go to basketball to figure this one out, right? Do you understand the way we work? We have to go to each game and figure their own individuals. 6, 7 will create 13. 6, 8 will create 14. 6, 9 will create 15. So from A, B, C, we have created 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, and 13, 14, 15. What happened to 4, 5, and 6? Well, your A13 will now become A4. Your B14 will be B5, and your C15 will be B6. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where's 10? 10 shows up over here. When you multiply and you add your 6 by 7, 6 plus 7, you end up with 55, 10. When you add up your 68 from B08 becomes 68, becomes 14. 14 and 48, 14 and 48, 48 is 12. Inside 6 and 8, the 9 legs of the cat is your 48. B62, we back to 8 again. C becomes your 15. So we're still missing because this will become 16. This ends up to be the cue ball. A ends up to be 16, the cue ball. 5 and 5 is 10. Let's not count 10. 10 is blue. 10 plays with B. B is 2. 7 is 15. 8 is 14. 9 is 1. So where do we end up with 10, 11, and 12? 10 ends up to be in 2. 11 ends up to be in C3. And 12 ends up to be in 4. Back to A again. A13 is 4. So we have all the balls wrapped up. Now we're going to understand it a little bit different. The purple gate, okay, the L is the 12th letter. Because it's the 12th letter, it goes with the 4 ball. The 4 ball is Zion, Israel. Zion, Israel is the left and the right, and it's held by the 7th gate, Great Britain. Earth. Number 11, number 10, and number 12. This one is in 1, this one is in 2, this one is in 3. Because 1, 2, 3 has been taken over and made into 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3 no longer comes into the game. And 1, 2, 3 is now in 10, 11, and 12. 10 becomes 16 of the light, 11 becomes of 2, 12 becomes of 3. The gateway divide of the light of creation. 7 red, 2 black, 3 red. 7 by 3, 21. 7 plus 3, 10. This 31 is the AC energy. The AC energy split by 2. 31 and 31 is 62. 62 is Z. Back to B again. It becomes the high gate. B, 62, 08, and 09. They're together in letters. It becomes high gate. It becomes 125 when they're together. 1.25, 512 memory through the gateway of A. A is in the middle of B. A and C and B resides in the middle. So that means I resides in the middle. I, as the R letter, okay, lives in the same place the A. A doesn't exist. R plays the role of A. Okay, here's A. Here's A, here's A. Here's A, here's A. Okay, here's A. But A plays an E. The vowels, every vowel, A, E, I, O, and U, only the O is black. Every other letter comes together and plays together, creates the Y, the divide. There is no left side. There is no H. There is no G. There is no H. There is no G. There is no H. There is no G. Why is there no H and no G? Because G does not have a vowel. And H does not have a vowel. Not until we come into the light. When we come into the light, A becomes G, the gateway. The vowel is inside G, the gateway. And the B is your HI. When your H comes together with I, this is where you become the light. This is where the vowel comes in. The I vowel lives inside H, which lives inside R. R is A and H. A and H. Here's your H, here's your A. It only lives in the light of the gateway. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but because I don't understand it correctly. At the same time, there is no, okay, no A. And if there's no A, there's no H, and there's no R. It has to be supported only in the light. So where is Noah? Noah's on top of the water. So we have to understand where the E zone is. Play no H, no R, it becomes Noah. Only because it goes together. It's that simple. A and E are red and red. A and E are red and red. They touch. A does not touch anything else. A and E becomes 6. E and I and E, they touch. I and E becomes 059. U and E, the EU becomes 21 and 5. How about 521 memory? 21 and 5 is 26. 2 and 6 is 8. This here is where Venus takes place in E and U, the double of U, because Venus is split. Now, if we add these together where they all take place, we have A and E, 8. E and I becomes 9 and 5, 14. And 8 is 22. And 5 is 27. And 21 is 48. 4 times 8, 4 plus 8 is 12 and 32 in the doorway of space, in the area of light. There's a tunnel of light. Somewhere in this mask we wear, there is a tunnel of light. Something, I don't know how it works or what it is, but inside there it creates it. There's only one. When you create this in 4 dimension, when you put this together, take a look at it. Together it becomes the K. K facing K. That's what this letter does. Now inside of K, what counts? Okay, because K has the upward motion, it doesn't need this support over here. This is K. Bring these together. It creates your circle. It creates your K. This is your circle. A, E, and I, A, E, and I, A, E, and I, A, E, and I. Now what happens if we take the A away from here? Will we cross a line over? Take a good look. There's a cross in between. There's the red cross in between here, and then there's a mountain cross. You see the way it works up? Almost like the Empire State Building. Okay, because I don't have it finished or exactly perfect, it's hard to express. Do you see the pig say oink? Do you see the way the I and the O is above I? It looks like I, but oh, even the O. So the supporter of the I, or the dot of the I, is the O, which is the black O. So what is the black O? What does that mean, the O? Is it the passage of light for I is O? E-I-O and U? When I bring this one, it seems like somehow I inverted this one the wrong way. So forget about this row over here. It seems to be backwards. But even if it wasn't backwards, I have to make it backwards. I have to make backwards and forwards and forwards and backwards until I get all the possibilities. Okay? When I put this one over this one, what does it look like? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But we're going to go A, E, and I, A, E, and I, A, E, and I, A, E, and I. Either it's the center one at the top or it's the center one at the bottom. E. And the bottom one over here is U. That's 26, and 26 is 52, And we do the same thing over here is 52. That's 104. It's 164. It's the Zion Israel. East-west is this way. North-south in this way. Now, where would the light of life be? Right here. This is the crossing right here. Here's your digital over here. Here's your digital over here. And here's your digital over here. This is your time clock. 24 hours, something minutes, and something seconds. I don't know how this works. Doesn't this look like Purina? Now, I didn't want to bring this in here right away. What else am I going to do? Because the I supports the O that is on top of it. The I is 9, becomes 69, and O is 79, is 84. That is the Pluto light for life. So Pluto is not out of this. Pluto is still in this. Somehow it must be Pluto that is the light. Now we have to know the color of Pluto, okay, in order to understand that. I think Pluto the dog is orange. Okay, so now we have to recreate something inside here. And this is going to be, again, an unfinished video with all the other unfinished videos that I've been bringing along. The gateway purple, the purple heart. The purple heart, 4 and 12. 4 and 12 is 16. 16 is the light. 8 is the night. Where did I bring the 8 is the night? B, Venus becomes the night. Then she becomes 6 by 8. She becomes the space and the ring that goes around the cube, that goes around the Quran. Is that what you want to call it? That's what somebody said to me. He says, what did he say to me? Looks at me and he says, what do you know about the Quran? Well, Q, U, R, and N. It says queen. It also says queer. It also says Z, Zern. QU 38, AR 19 or 17, ER 65, and 18 is 75 is 83, church and church. In the French way, I get church and church twice inside QU and ER. EN, the family, is 19 or 9. 9 is the birth, 19 is the spirit in the Quran of the light. Since this is 38, 3 times 8, 3 plus 8 is 24 and 11. Equals to 35, equals to 35. 17 is the Q. R is 18, same row. 1 is black, 1 is red. The carrier of 1 is 35. 3 and 8 is 38 QU, 21 for the Q. For the U, 17 for the Q becomes the gateway of 8. 3 8s, 8, 8, and 8. A and E, the one we did. E and I, the one we did. And E and U. Why? Because the squares attach and creates 8. H and 8 becomes 68, becomes 14, becomes the rim. It also becomes the queen. The queen, because it's the rim around the cube, and then 6 by 8 is 48 and 14 is 62. It becomes the Venus queen. So Venus queen is made as 2 of them. Let me see if I have enough light to represent this. I'm just going to jump off this to the moon. The moon is 28. 2 times 8, 2 plus 8, okay, is 16. 16 becomes the light, okay? It is the light of A, F, and E. But P and H, okay, which is P and H. Do you follow what I'm saying? P and H, it becomes the ape. The light, which is P, okay, with the A and the E becomes the ape. The ape and the light, the jack, or the carrier of the light, Ja. And it says Jeep, the carrier of the light, is something to do with the ape. I don't know. Anyways, I shouldn't have got to that. The same answer to this, 2 times 8, 2 plus 8 is 26. Plus 6 becomes 32. It becomes the star. Starlight, star bright. Now, why do we get it? Why do we get this? Because the light is 10. The light is 10, becomes 16. Why did we get the star? Why did we get the star? Why did we get the star? I have to look at this. I knew I should have stopped. 26, 32, 3 times 6, 56, starlight, star bright. It becomes the F letter. You know what? It's not good what I'm going to do because I'm not going to give you that answer. I'm not going to give you that answer. I just know that the Q letter, okay, with the design that I made, pokes her way on this side, pokes her way on that side, creating two sides for I. I on the left through G, and then the Q has an I to the right, 7 and 9. The Q puts her poker in both sides. At the same time, Q puts her poker inside the A. And the Q can put her poker inside the E. It creates the four corners inside the Q. The Q is the circle around the 5, which is the diameter of the moon, 3, 4, 7, 6. I have to do this a little bit more. E and N inside Quran. Why is it there's no E in it, right? So we're just going to go Q and N. 17 and 14 is 31. That's the AC energy. Add 6 to 36, creation inside creation of 666. Why? Because N is the E letter. E and U come together, 5 and 21 create 26 in the Venus world. Q and R come together. Trying to see where else. We get the moon 28. Where do we get the moon 28? 28 is the moon. 28 is the moon and F. How do we get that? 28 and 6694 Uranus. Where are we picking this up? Screwing up again. Screwing up again. The Q letter is the 17th letter. That is the gateway. The R letter is the 18th letter. 9 and 18 equals to 27, and 17 equals to 44. The space, 4 times 4, 4 plus 4. P and H. The 24 hours a day of man. Well, I screwed up again. Screwed up again. Trying to see where everything is. Not happy to upload this video already. Because I'm going to try and get back to it. I have an answer of 171 here, which is the gateway. I'm going to have to bring that out here. Where is it? 171. 171. 171. I'm not being fair to you. I'm not being fair to me. Here. Here. Where the Queen comes in and the Quran comes in, here's where it works out. Inside of creation of 1 to 36 that I just brought up, okay? Inside of A, inside of I and A is 10, E is 15, plus U is 21 equals 36. Those are all red. We add up 1 to 36, we get 666. Because we add up 666, we must add 18. Why do we add 18? Because there are 3 numbers that are under, okay? There are 3 numbers that are under. 10, 20, and 30 all have light passages. 10 goes in between 20, creates 30. Then 10 can't play from 10 anymore, so 10 will play from the 7th gate because he plays in the 5 hole. Okay, 10 will play from the blue, from Venus. That's why he plays from the 7th gate. He plays from Venus. The 7th gate is 14, the ring around the cube. 666 goes over here, add 18 equals 684. 342 to the left, 342 to the right, BCD. Half of that, because you have to now split it, you have to have a world of its own, you have to create something that overlaps both of these, half and half. So you overlap, you get 171. This is the gateway of the Queen. She lets you have it. 342 to the left is 513. This says ace cat. 171 and 342 to the right says ace cat. This becomes 16 and 26, the light of Venus, equaling to 42. Ace cat, the gateway. Inside of here, it says the highlight of the high life, B, C, and D. B, C, and D, 02, 03, 04, 62, 63, 64, 189. 89 into the 7th gate equals to, forget about the 1, 89 to the 7th gate equals to 87. That is the 7th gate. 89 into the 1010 center world is 21. That is the cube. 89 into the 13 world of the AC energy is 54, and that's the sun. to come back, what do we get? We get 8 and 9 is 17, the queen of light. 68 becomes 14, 69 becomes 15 and 14, the birth, 29, 39, 45, born in the light of life, in the fox light, under the rule of the queen, the ace cat, BCD, in jail between A and E, which is the O, and the ring around the cube. I still don't think I said everything properly, but remember how the doesn't work. There was something that I was working on right now, which is this over here. And in this it says, you see that? To chai, to life. What is this that I was working on? I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to see if I can find what it is, just so I can read it out. Oh yes, when I was talking about the rest of that, I didn't put in the moon on 28 days. The moon meets on 28 days at D and A, from right to left on your piano and left to right. It becomes 25. It becomes the Jack Daniels of day, the diamond moon that divides the light. 56 and 56 lights out. You know why? Because of baseball. Okay, OUT. 21 and 15 is 36 and 20 is 56. 56 stands for 3 and 7. And 7 by 3 and 7 plus 3 is the numbers of the Quran, because it makes 21, which is the cube. Now, I'm not talking about the Quran that everybody talks about the Quran. I'm talking about the cube. Because I'm saying Quran, it's because they talk about the cube goes with the Quran. So right now I have to relate it in that direction. But don't get me wrong. And this word over here says, who like I is God. I will take that notion because of Saul Israel, and who like I is God, and I will show you who like I is God on the roulette wheel, divided up between 2 colors and 4 sections of, there are 9, no, hold on a second. There are 12 rows down by 3 across. There are groups of 4. I also group them by groups of 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, excuse me, rows of 3, 9, 18, 27, 36. Because of creation, we go 9, 18, 27, 36. Because of the added world we have in here, I now go 12, 12, 12 is 36. 12, 12, 12, okay, is 36. Or 9, 9, 9, 9 is 36. Like God, who is like God? I think that's what it calls. And when I finish who is like God, I end up with an island. Why? The I and the L is the island. The kilo of gold. Kilo of gold. G black, O red, L black, D black. G and D black. In God, only the O is black in God. The G is red. The O is black. The D is black. It is the odd gate that it talks about. 8 kilos of gold. So whatever that means, I don't know. Then there's a numerological count that goes with this. Now, if it didn't furnish you all, okay, and I'm going to come back here and I'm going to keep pumping and keep pumping and keep pumping until I get this organized. Or maybe I should just stop and put something in order and talk so that it means something. Because right now, I still see a whole bunch of gibberish unless you're writing this down. Like I said, I need a whole TV screen, and I just got to keep putting in the points and then bringing it together, because it's like there's like I do roulette, and then I take piano, and then I take darts, and I do the colors, and I separate the numbers, and I separate them between red and black, and then I do multiple. Instead of just one formation of 9 numbers, I do 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, and I have to see both ways. Inside of the 36 numbers, just to let you know that the first set, if I flip them upside down, and the last set of numbers flipping them upside down, like if I invert 1, and I bring the 1 all the way underneath, flip it over to 19, 1 into 19. They revert the same design. Anyways, Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching. Oh, did you want to know what it was? Out is 56. Walk is 47. Light is 56. So out go the lights, 56, 56. Go is 22. 3 outs make 66 go. Out go the lights. Thank you.